This is weird.
From the land of conjurers, flying through the internet to your device like a UAP, hauntingly unexplained and downright weird. This is the Witching Hours, and we are ready to take off in the flash of an eye. Good evening to one and all, wherever and whenever you are listening to this program. I am Giant of the Frost, or Frosty, and joining me, as always, is the medium, Ginny Lee. How are you doing today?
Who are you? What's going on?
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we've been on the interwebs, or at least for me. I guess you had your Friday stream, but I haven't.
We missed.
We've gone to Gettysburg and been back since then, and had some experiences there,
which we're going to tell you about next week.
Which we'll be discussing next week. Next week,
hold your horses.
Yeah, next week is first off, it's our Halloween show. The
Yay! 4-year anniversary show.
And the 4-year anniversary show. So we have a big show next week.
Years? What the heck?
I know. We were wondering if we were going to make it 3 or 4 months in a row. Like we were patting ourselves on the back.
Remember, we kept saying, "Oh, this is our 10th episode."
Wow, got 10 of them in the books.
No. 120 or something.
Yeah. I'm trying to think exactly which number this is. 127, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah.
Dang.
We're moving right along. So there we go. Yeah. So we have that for you next week. Tune in next week. If you're ready for Halloween, if you're in the Halloween mood, if you're ready for the spooky, if you're ready for just, kind of that, creepy atmosphere, next week for sure, make sure to tune in, because we're going to have some spooky stories that are being shared by some of our friends here on the Witching Hours. And so it's going to be a good old time. Not to mention, we are going to announce the location of the Teamwear Takeover in 2026.
What?
And we have some more tonight, because tonight we're going to drop the last hint. So for all of you who have been making, trying to figure out where our Teamwear Takeover is going to be next year, this upcoming summer, I guess here in a couple of minutes we'll get that video going. And
why not just do it right now?
Take the last couple of hints. We'll put it up on. I'll put it up on YouTube as well, and we will. You guys can take your final guesses, and whoever gets it right will get bragging rights. Going. Person who gets it right gets to buy the first ticket. All right.
There you go. Are you going to play it right now?
There we go. Yeah, we can.
Might as well.
I was kind of waiting for people to get in a little bit so we could play it, but
people are here.
We'll go ahead and do that. Let me bring it up. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, so there we go. Three different videos. If you missed the previous ones, you can go check out the other ones, and there are hints in all of those videos as well.
Birds and
figure out where in the heck we're going in June.
I don't think it's Tokyo or Iceland. Sorry, hosters.
Iceland would be a cool one. We could go to.
Nobody ain't got enough pennies for that, hosters.
Yeah. So there we go. Feel free to put your guesses in chat. You can go put them over on Discord. I think Luz had made like a whole channel to put your guesses in of where.
Thank you, Luz.
Where you think it's going to be. So far, we got Salem was one of them, and we had some other guesses in there as well. So, so yeah, feel free to put them in there, and we'll see who was able to get it right. You can go check out all 3 of those videos. I'll have the other one up soon. I'll put that up tonight, and then we'll have till next week to figure it out.
All right.
All right. On that James River. So welcome in, everybody. So glad that you guys could join us tonight. Thank you, everyone. I was just saying before we came on tonight, I've missed being on. We took 1 week off coming back from Gettysburg, and it feels like we haven't had a show in months. So thank you all for coming in and hanging out with us tonight. It's lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. So Irene says Egypt.
Yikes.
Maybe 2027.
We don't got that Cindy Kaza money, Irene.
No, I think that would be my ultimate goal. Could you imagine a teamwear takeover in the Giza Plateau?
Ooh, be some real weird stuff happening. What's the weird news for today, Frosty?
You ready for the weird news?
Yep.
Well, I don't know if anyone was like me today, but my workday got completely ruined because Amazon services were down today. So Amazon says systems are back online after a global internet outage. Amazon says that systems are back online again after connectivity issues persisted Monday. But reports of problems with Amazon's cloud computing services unit AWS continue. Before the last round of issues, Amazon said it was fully
They should have
mitigated.
named that one ASS.
Yeah, right. So several popular websites and apps, Snapchat, Facebook, Fortnite were impacted. Banks and cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase. AI firm Perplexity also reported issues, as did U.S. Airlines, Delta, and United.
Oh, no.
So one expert said the financial impact of today's disruption could total hundreds of billions of dollars.
Wow. And 13 junior essays for
yeah, 13 college research papers were not graded today. So yeah, it was quite the day. I guess if anyone else had to deal with that, let us know in the comments. But it definitely jacked up a lot of days today. Story number 2: ancient Roman tombstone found beneath undergrowth in New Orleans.
What?
A New Orleans couple doing yard work behind their house unexpectedly found a Roman headstone of a soldier who died 1,900 years ago.
What?
When clearing undergrowth in their New Orleans yard one day, a married couple discovered something completely unexpected: a Roman headstone that had once marked the grave of a soldier who lived half a world away in the 2nd century. Research into the unlikely object indicates that it is genuine, and its discovery hints at an international mystery that could date back to World War II. So they're kind of talking to somebody from the University of New Orleans who's an archaeologist, Ryan Gray. He says, they get weird stuff called in to talk about New Orleans all the time, and usually it just turns out to be nothing, like fake or whatever. But in this case, Daniela Santoro, an anthropologist at Tulane University, and her husband went online to investigate the stone. And they said, when Daniela initially described this, I thought maybe it was a 19th century gravestone and that had been scavenged from a New Orleans cemetery and discarded. However, as soon as I saw the photo of the inscription, I immediately suspected this was something very different. It was clear that this was a gravestone of a soldier born in Thrace, region of northern Greece, who had served on a Roman warship, but now there was a mystery. How did the gravestone wind up in New Orleans? And so if you want to go check that out, I'm going to put the rest of the article into the weird news section over in our Discord, and you can go check out that story because it gets down into it. Story number 3 tonight. What happens after near-death experiences? Study reveals a dark aftermath from seeing the light. And this comes out of the University of Virginia. So this is part of the
UVA stuff.
Paranormal, paranormal studies there.
Parapsychology stuff.
Yeah. A new University of Virginia study finds that near-death experiences often bring deep spiritual shifts and can reduce the fear of death. They can also strain the closest relationships and leave experiences feeling isolated in a world that suddenly feels hard to relate to. Published in Psychology of Consciousness.
Tell me about it, man.
Published in Psychology of Consciousness, Theory, Research, and Practice, the research surveyed 167 people who had near-death experiences. These are episodes reported by people close to death that can include leaving the body, meeting deceased loved ones, or feeling overwhelming peace. Prior work suggests that roughly 1 in 6 critically ill patients reported such experiences, so they are not rare. So that's interesting in of itself. 1 in 6.
Yeah, 1 in 6. Yeah.
More than 1 in 5 participants said their relationships with family, friends, or people in general got worse after the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Another 22% reported a divorce or a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
So experiencers often describe major value shifts. Nearly 70% reported changes in religious or spiritual beliefs and new views about survival after death. Many changed their lifestyle or daily activities. More than a third changed their jobs or occupations entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Researchers describe the period after a near-death experience as re-entry problems, a kind of culture shock. Many wrestle with what one researcher called the perceived triviality of their life or the problems they were facing before the NDE. The sense of unconditional love becomes a sharp contrast to ordinary life. So some feel anger or depression at having returned to what felt like home, only to find themselves back here.
Yep.
Very interesting because, like we've talked to people who have experienced NDEs on this show, and typically it's, kind of a good message that comes out of it, how important it is, spreading the word to each other, finding.
But it usually
love.
takes those people many, many years to get there.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen instantaneously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was an interesting story because I would imagine, if you get that sense, the sense of euphoria and love, and now all of a sudden you got to go to work
Or
tomorrow.
it completely changes their views on everything. It changes how you think and feel, and then the people around you don't feel the same way or understand what you're going through. Yeah.
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 So there we go. And then finally tonight, our last story, a tarot reading cat becomes an online sensation. A cat in Washington State.
Please tell me it has a cute name. Does it have a cute name?
I don't know.
Did it have its name in there?
Yeah, I think it's well, we'll get to it. A cat in Washington State has become an online sensation thanks to his rather unusual gift, reading tarot cards. The fantastic feline named Cole reportedly revealed its soothsaying skills after being adopted by his owner, who rescued him from the Humane Society of Tacoma. One day, to her profound surprise, the cat's new keeper noticed him using his paws to shuffle a tarot deck she had absent-mindedly left on her couch. Taking the unexpected act even further, Cole then plucked specific cards from the pile and deposited them on the carpet with his mouth.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't believe what I'd seen, Cook recalled, explaining that she subsequently used treats to encourage the cat's surprising soothsaying, which she contends is remarkably accurate. She specifically pointed to the feline finding cards that eerily connected with some recent romantic trouble she had experienced. There's too many coincidences, she marveled, things you just can't ignore. As one might imagine, when word of fortune-telling cat hit social media, a soothsaying star was born. So Cole's TikTok account currently boasts nearly 60,000 followers. The dang cat's got more followers than we do. And his tarot reading videos have amassed millions of views. Unfortunately, for those seeking an in-person session, it would appear that Cole's work will remain online for the time being.
No, in person.
Because Cook said you can't really schedule an appointment with a cat.
No. Cats do what cat's going to do. I wanted to share Shawnette's story that she shared with us just now about the near-death experiences. After I flatlined during surgery, when I woke up, I just knew things. Like the dead guy in the hallway wanted to be taken out of the hallway. A nurse came in my room, and I knew her entire life story.
Wow.
Another good example of how things just aren't the same after you have such an experience.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you for sharing that, Shawnette.
So I think there's probably a lot of people in chat who want a cat reading now. I think I would take a kitty reading. So there we go. All right. Here we go. Anthony Simonelli has over 50 years of paranormal investigating and is a spiritual sketch artist, which we definitely want to talk to him about tonight.
Yes.
He is one of the hosts of Seekers Chronicles Paranormal Historians podcast, which you can listen to on ERRT Radio and YouTube. He is the founder of Seekers Club of the Paranormal New York City Investigation Team since 1996 and has appeared on Travel Channel's Paranormal Night Shift. He was a ghost hunting consultant for Ghost Team, the movie. Anthony is a parapublic speaker and fundraiser and organizer for historical locations. Please welcome to the show once again, Anthony. How are you doing, Anthony?
Hey, how you doing, guys? Thanks for having me.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Yeah, it's great to have you back on.
Yeah, it was great to have. The last time I was on, we had a good time. So,
yes, for those of you who haven't seen the episode, Anthony was on with Jenny and Kim, fellow podcasters of their Seekers Chronicles podcast. So check that one out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, thank you for having me back.
Yes. Well, last time you were on, I think there was about 2 sentences talked about your spirit art drawing. And then we didn't actually get to talk about it or look at any of it. So we really wanted to talk to you a lot about that tonight. So last time you were on, you told us about how you got started with paranormal things, about how when you were 3, things started happening. When you were 13, you had this experience in the graveyard. But how did the drawing start? How did that get it? How did that become part of your investigations?
Well, that really started back when I first started seeing spirits when I was a kid. Because when I started seeing stuff, like I said, I started seeing stuff at 3 years old on. And, I couldn't, my mother wouldn't let me talk to anybody. How you doing? My mother wouldn't let me talk. Back then you couldn't talk about spirits or anything you've seen or anything without being criticized that you're crazy or something, So my mother told me to keep it quiet. So I guess for my therapy as a kid, I started doodling down what I saw. And through the years, as I started seeing things more vividly, my tongue is not talking tonight.
Vividly, we got it.
Yeah. I'm not as good speaker as Frosty over here. But as things started coming to me and I started seeing things better, I started drawing more and more into, what I have today. But I never showed my stuff because that was like, back then it was like my therapy. Nobody would listen to me as a kid, a teenager, and everything. And I was seeing all this stuff. I seen stuff all the time. And I didn't know how to shut down back then and everything. So everything came to me at once. So I started drawing things. It's just what I seen. I just drew it. And I kept on drawing all these years. And a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, I stood and showed. Nobody seen my stuff that I drew. Nobody seen any of the pictures I drew. I had them all in books and everything on the shelf, a bunch of books. And my friend Richard Marcella, I don't know if you know him, but he's an author, and he also is a spirit artist. And he does his readings. He'll read somebody and, draw who he's speaking to show to the people. And he's on the money a lot of times, all the time. Because then afterwards, people show a picture of what he just drew, and it's like, oh wow, it's like, it's amazing. So he was doing a show at the place Ritz Theater. It's down the Jersey Shore somewhere, and he was telling me that he's doing a show. I said, I do some drawing too. I used to draw. I draw my spirits and stuff. So he told me to. He goes, you do? Let me see some stuff. So I showed him. He goes, you got to do a show with me. Well, we're going to do the Ritz Theater. Then I'm doing the show there. You got to do it with me. Me and you will both be speakers. And so I'm like, wow, I'm really lucky to do it because that's like my therapy. That's my personal stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like when I go on investigation, taking pictures and videos and stuff, and somebody criticizing me on those. Okay, big deal.
Yeah.
This is my personal stuff. This is
Yeah.
more me than anything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I agreed to it. So I spent like almost a month ripping pictures out of books and putting them in frames so I could, show them. And I showed up with like over 100 pictures.
Wow.
And people seem to like what I drawn, and and asked to have me, if I could start showing them a lot more. Then, so I started doing all the paracons again. So I used to do paracons anyway with just my equipment from my team and everything,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then I started doing with the pictures, and people seem to react in a positive way. So,
Well, that's good. I'm glad that once you opened up and shared your personal drawings, that it was a positive
it
experience.
made me feel good that people finally listening to me.
Yeah.
This is what I seen. And back then, I people just shut me down, and
Mhm.
from family to people in the neighborhood. I couldn't tell nobody. I come from an Italian Catholic family,
Mhm.
and I come from a Catholic neighborhood. I went to Catholic school and all this stuff. And for some reason, if you talked about it, you were like more of a searching for the devil. You're seeing the devil. That's
Yeah.
not what it is. And I had so many arguments and
Yeah.
stuff back then, and it doesn't pay to argue with people that are too stubborn.
Mhm.
So
Well, the time frame too. This is something I've been talking to Jenny about. Not to get us too far off subject, but talking about that time frame. Going into like 70s, 80s, early 90s. There's a lot of satanic panic going on.
yes, yeah,
And so I remember in the in the 80s and early 90s, people questioning just the fact that I played Dungeons and Dragons because that was satanic. So
yeah.
I can only imagine, doing something that dealt with spirits back then. What kind of feedback could have
Yeah.
happened?
Because I started back in the '60s doing this, and that's when who was it? I forgot. Levine or Levine. He did the Satanic Bible back then in the '60s.
Yeah, LaVey. Yeah.
LaVey, okay, LaVey. So that was like a big thing that was in the news, and then you had the Vietnam War. And at nighttime, I grew up watching the Vietnam War at 6 o'clock every night. We put the TV on after dinner and watched the news. My father was a vet from the Korean War, so he watched that, and that was an ongoing thing. And that, of course, you watch the news and things like that pop up with LaVey, Levine, whatever his name was, doing the Bible. And so I guess that pushed the issue of being like a devil type of thing, seeing spirits, So I as I grew up and started, drawing and doing my drawings, that's when I started getting more into the investigation part of it. And back then in the '70s, I didn't think anybody investigated. I just going into cemeteries and seeing things and drawing them or whatever. And so pretty much what I drew was my therapy all those years.
Mm-hmm.
It was my therapy to show people, to show me that I'm not crazy. Yes, I do see something there. Look, I see it.
We had a question from Evelyn. She wanted to know, what was the name of your friend again that was the one who got you to start showing your drawings?
Oh, Richard Michella. He's an author. He's pretty well known. I know in Jersey and beyond. And he has his books out. He has a bunch of books out.
Cool.
If anybody wants to see his books, he has some good books. He's a good storyteller. We would do all the paranormal stuff.
So I had a question about how you see the things. Do you see them with your eyes, or do you see them in your mind's eye?
I like I said, I always feel my third eye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what I see and the way I explain it to people is, I see it like a photocopy machine. You know how when you put a picture on a photocopy machine and it goes down, the light goes down and comes back up. That's how I see it. I start visualizing like from the head going down, all the way down, going down. I can see details, colors of eyes. I can see from the hair, everything. You know, sometimes they have feet, sometimes they don't. It's I can see the shoes if they have different types of footwear, and if they have jewelry on or even earrings in or whatever.
Wow.
So I can see that. I also sometimes I can see how they died or injuries that they had onto them. You know, so, and I put it into, which I do. Oh, I sketch. I sketch with it. People say, "Oh, you draw." I don't use fancy pencils. I use a number 2 pencil with an eraser.
Yeah, you gotta use what you got.
That's all I did. That's how I started. I mean, as a kid, I used to start with crayons. You know, a lot of those pictures through the years, I upgraded to what I have now because I want, you know, people to actually see what I've seen then. But back then, you know, as a young kid, I couldn't really get the detail into it that I can get into it now. Besides, a lot of that stuff was lost through the years. A lot of, you know, from floods in the basement, my stuff getting wet, and moving a million times, things get lost. So I upgraded a lot of my stuff. And when I see something, I don't have to put it in a print. I don't have to draw it right away.
You can recall it.
I recall. It's funny because I'd be sitting on the couch and I'll see something on TV. I'm like, I've been to that place. Like, oh, and I remember something I seen there, and I'll draw it.
Oh, wow.
It just snaps back into my head what I seen there, and that's how I do it. And the more of the spirit that comes to me, as you know, clearly, the more with deep detail I could put into the spirit and background. Because sometimes they come to me and it's a different background than what the actual background is.
Yeah.
You know.
So for your process for this, how does that typically occur? Like kind of getting into how it begins. Do you kind of get prepared to do a sketch and then someone comes to you, or does it just kind of happen and then you decide to sketch them?
It happens.
Okay.
Just happens. You know, as when I got into more of the investigating part of it, you know, I've been to a bunch of different places, Trans-Allegheny, Hinsdale. I've been to a bunch of different places. Hanover, which I got some pictures of Hanover Tavern for you guys.
Oh, cool.
And all these different places, I'll just be there and I could be talking to you and something just happens. You know, the spirit. And a lot of times sometimes the spirit, I guess sometimes the spirit doesn't realize I can actually see them. You know, sometimes I ignore them because every time when you see a spirit and you acknowledge them, they come to you. If you ignore them, they don't come to you as fast. I guess unless they realize that you can see them. And I always said, like, it's like that homeless person. I live in the city. So when I used to work in the city before I retired. And you walking and you see like this homeless person in the street. Everybody's walking by him like he don't exist. But you stop one day and give him some money, or you drop some food off by him and stuff. Now, every time you go by him, he'll say hello to you because you acknowledged him. Now he feels this person acknowledged me. Let me say hello, you know. So they acknowledge you back. So that's how I feel. That's how spirits are with me. Like I said, everything with spirits, seeing spirits and stuff, everybody has their own methods. Everybody can see things differently. And everything to me is a theory when it comes to the paranormal or anything, because there's no professionals in this.
Yeah.
We're all students. I've been doing this since I was 13 years old. I mean, I've been investigating since 13 years old. I've been doing it going on 50 years now. So everybody's a student.
Yeah. No, that's a great point, because that's one of the things that I talk about a lot. And I talk about when me and Jenny are sitting around talking about all of our weird stuff. I could sit and talk to anybody all night about theories of the paranormal and what's going on and what we think is happening and what I think is happening. But I always get really worried when someone says they have all the answers, you know? So I think that's exactly what it is. And I'll be honest with you, Anthony, I don't know, I think all we can get is the bits and pieces we can pick up on while we're here. And I guess that's the benefit of something like this is we have the opportunity to sit down and kind of talk about our shared experiences, you know?
Yes.
And then we can kind of just try to figure out the scraps we get from that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's good to be. Everybody says a para-unity. I don't think it's para-unity anymore. Always got your own little group of people getting together, talking about things. And you don't even know who in your group anymore is going to be, grab an eagle down the line. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, just to sit around talking about your experiences, I can learn from you. You can learn from me. It doesn't matter. I learned stuff from kids that just got into the field. And it's like,
yeah,
how about this? I mean, like, that makes more sense than what I'm doing, you know? And you never put nobody down for what they're doing. Let them do what they got to do.
Yeah.
You know?
No, everybody has their own experiences, especially in the paranormal field. And, experiences can be, it's, most people don't get to have, dozens and dozens and dozens of great paranormal experiences. I mean, some people are lucky if they have one or two. So to be able to kind of pull those things together and try to, come up with some kind of narrative out of that I think is about as good as we can get right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I could go anywhere and see something. And I'm not saying because I'm the best to see things. It just happens that way. I don't know if they come to me or just they're there and I'm just in the same area. Mm-hmm. But I go places on vacation and see something,
yeah.
And sometimes, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, not again. You don't want to see all this all the time. It's ridiculous sometimes. Yeah. So
do you consider yourself a medium?
I don't know what to consider myself. People tell me I'm a medium because I see and I draw it.
Yeah.
I can read people, but I don't. I decide I don't. I can't. I had a bad experience with that. Okay. I don't know if I'm a medium. Like I said, I'm sensitive because everything's a label nowadays. When I was coming up with paranormal, it wasn't called paranormal. It was called supernatural. Everything was it was supernatural. I didn't know the paranormal name until I got into like the 2000 after 2004 when TV started becoming one of the products of learning how to do the paranormal stuff, investigations. So, I mean, I don't know what to consider myself. Like I said, I've been called a medium. I've been called a lot of bad things still, but but I just like I don't know if people say I'm a medium. I don't know what I draw.
Do you ever communicate with the spirits that come to you?
Yeah, I can, and I have. I have conversations, and it's not like a conversation where we're having right now, but it comes back and forth inside your head. So
but for the most part, you're seeing them, and then sometimes you pick up on information.
Yeah, I could get a name. That's another thing. I could get names, first names and last names.
Oh wow.
Things. I could get where they're from, and it's weird because I've been noticing lately people talking to me about stuff in their place and stuff, and I'll turn to them and then ask them, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, I don't know. And they got back to me. They're like, yeah, there's something, because I'll say, you have a little boy and his hair is this color. And I'll describe something to them. And they're like, no. And then they'll get back to me like, yeah, there was a child like that. There was, and it's I don't know what that's considered. I can like read people, like on my show. I do that a lot. I'll stop them and they're like, yeah, there was, or I don't know whatever. And so I've been noticing myself doing that more. I can read people, and people send me pictures. Like people on my show, they send me pictures of their location. And I don't know what's in the location. I just see a picture and I could draw it. And I'll draw a spirit that's in there, and they'll get back to me and say, there's something. Yeah, one guy from Texas on my show, this guy Adam, he's in the audience all the time. And we decided let him have him on the show. He's in the audience all the time. He has his own group. He's sending us stuff. He does Jefferson Hotel in Texas.
Okay.
And he sent me pictures, and he sent me one picture of his group standing in this hallway. So in the hallway, in the group, I seen these little girls. So I drew a picture. I drew them, but I didn't put faces on his team. I just added little girls in there. And then he started telling me that, that hallway is known to have like little girls running up and down, jiggling the doorknobs and knocking things off. And I'm like, I never been to the Jefferson Hotel. And he didn't tell me. He just sent me a picture.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not like the girls from The Shining, is it?
No.
Creepy. So you have a stack of drawings there. Would you like to start sharing some of them with us?
Yeah, well, since you're in Virginia there, I went to the Hanover Hanover Tavern Paracon last January. I'll probably be there this January too.
Good. We'll see you there.
Oh, awesome. I probably seen you guys then and didn't know you.
Actually, yes, because you were sitting with Ron Iacovetti.
Yeah.
And you were right next to us for some time. And I didn't realize that until after you on the show last time. And I was like, you know what? He was sitting right next to us.
So you were the guys on my right side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, because I said hello to you guys.
Yeah. We said hi and everything, but you get so busy at those things sometimes. It just, but yeah, we'll know each other next time.
Exactly who you are.
I'll be there with my spirit on. I'll be there with I have my own table. I just wanted to help him out then.
Cool.
Wonderful.
So, Hanover Tavern. Okay. Which one I'm going to show you first? All right. This one I'll show you first. Patty Negri was there, and she was talking. And Rob Thompson, yes.
Yep.
They were talking. I went to go see them. And I guess we were going on stage next. And so I sat in the audience. As they were talking, behind stage, I see this little guy standing behind going, wait, like going like this to me. I'm like, and it's like, who's this guy? I have no idea. So, of course, I drew him.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that better?
Yes.
I'm trying to get somebody the glare off there.
So for those of you who can't see it, because you're listening at a later date, there's a little fella, and he's got on long pants, a long sleeve shirt, and a hat.
Like a hat? Yeah, like a what do they call it? Like a
fedora? Is that a fedora
type of hat? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And he's got his arms up, waving around, and that's like the brick wall of the Hanover Tavern.
Yeah, down in the Playhouse. Yep.
Theater. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was right behind, and of course I write a little thing on the side what I seen.
Okay.
And I have the date and stuff, and I just have behind stage waving hands, and I was in the audience, and he was short too. He must have been about maybe under 5 feet.
Oh wow!
He was short guy, and to me, that outfit looked like an old Italian guy's outfit. Growing up Italian.
Yeah.
You see them with the hats and their freaking shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what he was doing, but he was trying to get my attention. I'm trying to get it better. Is it better that way?
Yeah, off to the side a little bit. He works a little bit better. There you go,
like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. Very interesting.
So, I mean, like I said, I was just sitting there watching the show, watching them go, and that was just happening. And I'm like, why me?
Well, that's interesting because, you have the whole kind of early history of Hanover Tavern, but you do have the whole history of it being used to do plays and stuff. So,
yeah,
it definitely kind of fits into that. I feel like, but also the clothing in that time frame,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, people, when they go into these investigations, they go into old locations. Right away, they start thinking of when they first built it and the 1800s or whatever. but the place has been around for how many years? So 70s, 80s, 90s, you got different people that worked there that, maybe died there or whatever. And I even died. They're just coming back because that's the only thing they remember in life. That's all they did is they live in that one place because that's their job. People sometimes just do their job and they just forget there's a life outside of their job. So
yeah, or even trying to determine whether or not you have some kind of intelligent energy or whether it's residual. Like yeah.
So that was crazy. So we went in and we were starting to do. Ron started doing his Staticom stuff back then, and it was we're in the room, and we had a group of people in the room. All of a sudden, the door just opens up a little bit. There's nobody there. Okay, opens up a little bit. And I see a head pop in, but nobody else did. Seeing the head, as you see, I said hello, and they're like, "Who are you saying hello to?" Okay, so I had the door open, and the door just opened. And then when I said hello, the head went back, and one of the people got up, and I asked him, "Can you go in the hall?" Because they were on that side. I was on the other side of the table. That was a big long table. And when they went over, there was nobody in the hall at all.
Wow.
So that's, see the little heads popping in the room?
Yes. All right. So for this one, it's a door opening and what looks like a female head, like someone with long hair peeking around.
Yeah, it looked like a young girl, maybe not even a little, like a teenager, more or less. Okay.
So when you see something like that, Anthony, are you seeing someone who just looks like a regular teenage girl, or is there something ghostly about them? Do they look like they did in life?
Yeah, I believe they did. It's depending what part of life they want to show you too. A lot of times I see them towards the end of their lives.
Okay.
Okay. In this case, I don't think it was the end of the person's life. Okay. I think that she might have lived there one time, and it's because they come to you as a young girl. Doesn't mean they didn't die when in their 80s, 90s. They might have lived a long life, but after they pass, they're still here. They go back to the most familiar spot they go to is back to where they love the most. I would say, because if you're Catholic, you believe in heaven and hell. Maybe heaven to her is that place.
Yeah.
And that's what she comes back to because that's what she's more comfortable and more familiar with. And she comes back as a little girl, the time that she was there when she was younger. Everything I'm saying is theory, so I'm not saying.
Yeah. I've had that experience
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Of spirits showing me what they want to show me, not necessarily, what they look like when they passed. Yeah.
Like how they can best get across whatever the message is at that moment.
Yeah. And I feel that's, the spirit comes to you. Everyone has a reason to come to you for, as a medium or a psychic or whatever. Everybody, it comes to them for a certain reason. Maybe just to be shown that they're still there. Or maybe, I don't know. There's a reason they come to you, and specifically to certain people too. I mean, how many times as a medium, you're with other mediums and you feel something and they don't?
Yeah, it can vary on who picks up on what. Yeah.
Because that spirit feels more comfortable with you than with them. It may be because you remind them of a family member that they love, their mother, their father, whatever, who they're coming to. Or they just relate themselves with you. Maybe something you did, something they did in life, and they could relate to you more. Or they consider you maybe like a friend, like somebody they could be friends with, like a human being. We all looking for somebody that's a friend and stuff, So as we grow, we get friends here and there. Maybe they're looking for a friend and they feel they have something in common with you. That's why I think spirits go to people, like they appear, and especially to mediums. They will appear as what they want you to see.
Yeah, because I have had spirits come through that didn't really want to talk to me. So I can validate that the other way too.
Yeah, but we didn't want to come talk to you because, I mean, you're pulling them out and they don't want to talk to you because you might remind them somebody they don't like. You know?
Usually it's because they're like, they didn't believe in this kind of thing in the living and they're still not sure about it, even in the other
That
side,
makes
you know?
sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, here's remember the room that everybody was set up in that little building on the side?
Yes.
Yeah, the like carriage house.
The carriage house. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the night, Steve was locking up. We were like one of the last people there, and he was locking up. It was me, Steve, Ron, and the caretaker. I forgot his name.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the final thing. We had to use the bathroom, and then we were about to leave. So we started talking at one area by the bathroom, and there's a column there. And I just see somebody walk up and just stand there.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to get that better. I'm sorry.
Almost. Come the other way. There you go. Almost. There. Okay, we can see it now. There we go.
Okay.
That looks like a big dude.
Yeah, he was a big dude. He was the size of the column almost.
Are you sure Frosty wasn't still there that
night? Well, that's not Frosty.
He has hair.
Yeah, he's got more hair.
He was wearing some sort of toupee there, you know?
Yeah.
Well, something was resting on his head like a nest or something. Yeah, so I seen him standing there.
Wow.
I showed this to Steve and everything, so, you know, because I had him on my show. And he was like, you know, these areas, they do have activity in them. So that's interesting, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah. The Hanover Tavern's pretty active. And so it's interesting that it's also interesting that, you know, I mean, that's 3 different things that you picked up on as well. Like that place might be even more active than I thought it was, to be honest, with a lot of the stories that I'm hearing from it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you go into areas and like the stage area and stuff. There's a lot of stuff going there. You could feel the energy in that area. That whole area. By the bar also. In that building there. The second floor in the hallway, I feel it more, and the stairs. Even the room we were in, I didn't feel as much it was more in the hallway. Looking in. So that place has activity, and it has it outside too. You can feel it outside.
Yeah, you can. And I was going to say earlier too, I'll try to remind us of this when we go back in January, but Jenny had an experience upstairs in kind of like the little kind of tavern kitchen area that's in the upstairs part. So I don't know if you've been in that room before, because it wasn't a place that they went into for the investigation, but it happened to be open the first time we were there.
Yeah.
So that would be a cool place to see if we can get Steve to let you and Jenny go back into and see if you guys see what you guys get in that room. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Steve would give us a problem with that.
No, because we've talked to him about it too, and he thinks it's kind of interesting. So, and I don't know if you know Heidi Kemper.
That I'm not sure.
She's another medium and her and Jenny have picked up on similar things back there. So
and Kim Sage
and
and Irene and Sam, like we've all picked up on the same thing.
Sam has too.
Yeah.
So
Sam's fun.
Yeah, always. We got always.
Before you show us another drawing, I wanted to ask a question. Do you think it's possible that some of these spirits that you see just kind of pop in are not necessarily connected to the location, but maybe connected to people that are around you at the time?
Some of these, I mean, it's possible. Some of these pictures, I'm by myself.
Yeah.
I'm by myself.
I was just thinking of like the one in the theater when there's like lots of people in there. Yeah. Like it kind of made me think that like maybe this guy is there with someone else and he's like trying to get your attention, you know?
I felt the one in the theater had something to do with Patty.
Yeah. Okay.
So she was up talking at the time when he did that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
I'm not sure. I should show that to Patty next time I see her.
Yeah. Maybe she has some insight onto it.
But he popped up and he started doing that while Patty was talking, and then he kind of was disappeared after Patty stopped and Thompson came on. So it's a possibility. A lot of times, if I see things where people are, and it's possible, I can see if somebody brought somebody in, because people do carry. Some of them carry the spirits around with them all the time.
Yeah. Or, our loved ones like to pop in and check on us. And yeah. And if they know somebody around can see them, might be trying to wave you down from the back of the stage.
Yeah. I feel when people pop in, like family members, especially like mothers, fathers, or people that are very close with us, maybe even friends, usually they pop around is when we are at our lowest and we're not feeling good, and we are not, 100%, like we're feeling sad about something, we're stressed about something, we're so worried about something, and daily life with most of us. But I feel that they come to you as like a parent or something, just to nurture you. It's like, okay, it'll be all right, type of thing, like a pat on the back. And I feel that is why family members, even close friends or whatever, that are over to the other side, that will come back. And I feel, I'm a big thing with that, because every time I'm feeling down, I find a quarter. I know it's my mother.
Who's the quarter? Oh, yeah, your mom.
My mom. I always find a quarter. And it's like, it's weird. I can find a quarter anywhere. I mean, I found it in the bathtub one time. Who the hell? It's like in the bathtub. How the hell are you going to find a quarter in the bathtub?
Yeah.
Who's going in there with their pockets and change are going to fall out?
I love it.
Yeah.
So every time I'm feeling, I usually find a quarter.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So it's a weird thing, but yeah, shower of quarters. Yeah, have a lot of lumps on your head, but you'd be like, worth it.
All right, Anthony, what you got for us next?
Okay. You said you went to Gettysburg.
We did.
And Gettysburg, not the last time. Well, the last time we went there, I seen some stuff. But the time before that, at Gettysburg Battlefield Bash, at the Eisenhower, one of the rooms there, and we didn't realize it, because the Eisenhower is connected to another hotel, and but the Eisenhower is where most of everything went. So we had one of our members. Matter of fact, Jenny, Jenny Colucci, she had a room that we didn't know, but it was the most haunted room in the hotel.
Oh, she got lucky, or maybe not lucky.
Well, we got lucky more than her.
Yeah.
She goes to sit in the room. She goes in that room, and that night, I'm like, you want to throw a camera in there just to see what's going on in there? And she's like, no, I'll be fine. Okay. So I go to I'm on the other side of the other hotel, the Aspen, and next day we all meet for breakfast. She comes in. She has bruises on her arm.
Oh no!
She didn't even know she had the bruise, because I had the band for the Gettysburg Bash for her, because she was helping me out. So I go here and I go to put it on her. And I'm like, what happened to your arm? She says, oh, looks like bruises. What happened? And I said, what's going on? She's like, So it ended up that the bruises looks like a man's hand.
Wow. And
it's like the exact fingers of a man could be doing. She had a dream that night she was getting pulled out of the bed.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, being investigators we are, that next night, everybody that was there, I had to leave early Gettysburg at that time, because I had my wife was not feeling good. I had to leave on that Saturday. So a group of them on different things. We have a bunch of psychic friends that were going in there, and they were getting readings. They were getting readings of EVPs and just sighting and see people. And they got EVPs of a man named Daryl and all this stuff. And they were taking pictures. And I wasn't there, so I wasn't there with them.
Mm-hmm.
So they were getting about this like a guy that's a biker that's named Daryl that's hurting women.
Mm.
Okay. So they told Jenny, don't go to the next bed. Don't sleep in that bed. And she stayed in that room by herself.
Wow.
Being an investigator, she's
Great
good.
lady.
Wow.
So, but they were doing that, and then they started doing the what do you call it? Different groups coming in of psychics and investigators, and they're all getting stuff, but nobody knows what each other's getting because it was different groups coming in.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the night, Sherry and Tony Rathman did Staticom at the end of the night, and they got a bunch of stuff. So I didn't see any of that stuff. All I seen was pictures of the room. And I seen a man. This is what I seen. And then I'll tell you what was going on, with what they got as evidence. And that's where everything, it was like different layers. Like Jenny Colucci says, always it's like lasagna, it's different layers.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And each group that went in had some kind of activity, evidence, and stuff like that, but not, none of them talked to each other till later on. We got together on one of the shows, and we all talked about what we got. So I said, well, I just seen a picture. You sent me a picture of a room, so I had a drawing. I drew something that I seen. So I drew this guy.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All
He
right.
definitely looks like a biker.
Yeah, I had no idea that they found that they got that he was a biker. I got the name Dogman. They called him Dogman.
Okay.
Okay. They got the name Daryl.
Yeah.
All right. So I seen this guy standing in the corner of they had the picture of the room, taking a picture, and he was standing over by where the room she was in. There's a pool outside. Goes, you have the main entrance, and then the back door where the pool slides up into the pool there. Okay. And the reason I said that's for a reason, there's a pool and there's a thing. I'll get back into that one. But this is what I seen. He has a tattoo, of like a tail on him, like a snake type of thing and everything. So I got this. But I also got this one. And this one was more disturbing to me to draw than anything.
Oh no.
Okay. They said they seen a woman in that room that looked like a really beat up Heather Locklear type of woman.
Mm.
Okay. I didn't know that until everybody shared evidence.
Yeah.
This is what I drew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like a lady that's been beat up pretty bad.
Yeah. She's like 18, 19 years old. She's been beat up.
Wow.
There's needle marks all over her. She's tied.
Mm.
She's tied up. And I got her name they called her Bunny.
Mm.
And this one was more disturbing. It still bothers me.
Yeah.
You would show it. But I think if you show one, I got to show both of them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she died in the room or whatever, but this was in that room. And like I said, I drew that from a picture of everything. And she was laying on the bed and everything. So, so when we shared evidence later on, all of us, Staticom that came on was a guy in leather.
Mm-hmm.
There's the name Snake kept on, the word snake coming up. He had a snake
tattoo. Yeah.
Okay. What was it? Something like a motorcycle jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So all those goes back to a motorcycle, a biker.
Yeah.
Then what another person said it was the medium, him and his wife. They got that. His name was Daryl, and he abused women and blondes mostly, and he was abusing the women. Then EVPs came up. The name Daryl came up.
Wow.
Which they didn't know the name Daryl came up because that was like a different time. Name Daryl came up, and what was it? Leather jacket and stuff. It all like came together as this guy.
Wow.
And I drew him out of a picture from that time.
Wow.
So that was very interesting. And the reason I told you that he stood by the door, because I talked to the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash is run by Pam and Steve Barry. I was told by Steve that back people see from that room the curtain being pulled back and a man looking out.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. So it could be him. And,
so do you think that people were picking up on some residual trauma that happened there? Or do you guys think that the spirits of those people are actually there?
I feel that was more of the trauma that was going on, that bad, that, the mean, what he did to that woman, that energy, I think, still stuck there.
Yeah.
In that room. And so I feel, it's
and
like
then poor Jenny is a blonde lady staying in this room by herself. Right? Good Lord.
Yeah. And she wakes up with bruises on her. So even bruising her arm, and she's dreaming somebody pulling up the bed. And then on the bed she was staying on is where I drew that person.
Dang.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then we looked it up. Back in the 70s, there was motorcycle clubs, and that place was one of the places I used to meet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, real quick, let's take a break. We have reached the top of the hour. It's 9:03 on the East Coast
Already?
here. Yeah, I want to thank everyone for jumping in and joining us tonight. Our guest is Anthony Simonelli, and we were talking about, we're talking about all kinds of things. Paranormal investigation. We're talking about the spirit sketches and drawings that he does. We're talking about all kinds of fun paranormal events that we've been going to. And so I want to take this opportunity to remind everybody, if you have a question as we wrap up the last half hour or so here, make sure you put those in chat, and we will get Anthony those questions. Or if you have a comment, feel free to put that in there as well, and we can discuss that. We are interactive here, so feel free to ask questions or leave your comments in the chat. If you're listening at another time in another place, feel free to put your comments down below, because I do check those things, and so I can. I'm always willing to respond and answer questions that you may have at a later date. I also want to thank Keisha for the sub. We got 14 months from Keisha. Thank you, Keisha. So thank you for all the subs and bits and all those things that you guys send our way. We appreciate it. One last thing before we get back into the conversation here is we have the link to Seekers Chronicles Paranormal Historians in the chat. All the way at the top, it is pinned. So what you want to do, if everyone can take a moment, is you want to click on that link. You want to go to the YouTube page. And when a YouTube page for that pops up, you want to go and hit that sub button if you haven't already, and subscribe over there, because I know from the Witching Hours podcast that every single subscription you get over on YouTube and all those places helps other people find those shows. And to me, that's where it all started. Unsolved Mysteries, Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell, In Search Of with Leonard Nimoy. The paranormal shows are, one of the things that got me into this topic. So it's important for as many people to find these things as possible. And maybe we can get even more people interested in the paranormal field. So go over there, subscribe, because there's a lot of really great podcasts and Supernatural, which you would be happy in. We are the Paranormal Supernatural metaphysical and unexplained. So there we go. We try to cover all of those.
Covering them all the words.
So there we go.
I was going to go subscribe, but I subscribed already. So
there we go.
There you go. I've already got it.
So there we are. So back into the conversation. Oh, and I wanted to say, if you're listening at another time in another place, I'll have that link also listed down below in the description. So you can click and go find the podcast there as well.
Thank you.
If you are watching the show or hanging out with us now, then you already know Medium Jenny Lee. But did you know you can book a private session, explore her spiritual services, or check out her latest content all in one place? Head over to mediumjennylee.com. Whether you're seeking guidance, answers from beyond, or just curious about what the spirit world has to say, Jenny offers personal readings, mentorship, and more. Don't miss your chance to connect directly. Visit mediumjennylee.com and take the next step on your spiritual journey. Your journey to the weird is just a click away.
All right, Anthony, back to drawings. What's next?
Oh, I'm going to show you another drawing I seen from a picture. Well, we were talking about this place, the Montgomery House in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, it's an awesome place. You got to check it out. Oh, I haven't been there, but I know people have been there. I know the people that are running it. It was Chris Allgood and his wife, Audra. And they were running it. Now they moved to Ohio, and another group's taking it over. But when they first started doing the place, they was, they actually found the place, and they started doing tours there. And they started helping because there was nothing going on in that place, just to help it fix. And the place was a disaster at the time. So they were coming in, they were helping, Chris knew how to fix windows and stuff like that. And so he did his own stuff to it too. And he ended up moving out. They ended up moving to Ohio. And Scott Riddick from the Paramount of the Piedmont Paranormal, and they took over now. But the reason I'm telling you that story is that when they first, Chris and Audrey took over, I had them come on my show. And they said, and I asked, when they come on my show, because we do history. So we do the history also. It's like we say where history meets the paranormal. And they send me a bunch of pictures. And I have Kim on my show that she actually does readings of locations, and she goes through the history and everything like that. But they were sending me pictures, and she was going to do her reading and stuff. I said, before you do that, I drew a picture of one of the things. They sent me a picture of this one room, and there's a big organ sitting in the room. So I'm like, I see a man there. I see a man standing there. I think this is better to do it this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you see the organ on right here.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
And the man, to me, like I said, being Italian, he dressed like an old Italian man. Okay. North Carolina back then, I don't think had too many Italians.
Yeah.
Unless they were cooking. But so I seen this guy. He has a curly mustache and the zoot suit type of thing, and the hat with the feathering and stuff. So I said, I showed them the picture, and they were telling me that the organ that's in there didn't come with the place, so they donated it. All right.
Okay.
They were doing EVPs over there, and they're getting Italian.
Oh,
EVP.
no way.
That's crazy.
All right. And they said that it was something else with it was AVPs in Italian, and there's something else that they said with the organ, there was nothing there until the organ came, and that's when the spirit. I feel that this man is waiting for the organ to be played by his daughter. And he just stands there and waits.
That is interesting. You know, Anthony, that's really interesting too, because that's the second time you've talked about like Virginia, North Carolina, and picking up on Italians.
Yeah.
And as you said, you know, this area historically, British, Scotch, Irish, and so, you know, it's interesting too with, you know, your ancestry that you pick up on that here as well. Like, I wonder if there's a connection there to come talk to you. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Well, that's what he was kind of saying earlier. It was like, feels like the spirits that are comfortable with you because of something similar.
Yeah.
And that's why they show up. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm always talking about cannolis. Maybe that could.
Cannolis.
The cannolis will bring anybody in, Anthony.
Yeah.
I ain't got the Sicilians to be like,
mean,
oh, hey.
Yeah. I mean, this British Norwegian guy will take the cannolis too, you know?
Yeah, you know? It's like, you know, they want the cannolis. That's right.
Nobody's
I don't know if anybody knows.
I ain't turning it down.
That's why I started buying my shirt.
Gabagool.
Gabagool. Hey.
I love it.
So here's another one. This was in Bayonne, New Jersey. It was a Masonic Lodge. And one of the members actually let us come in and do an investigation there. On the third floor, we were up there, and I was sitting there just because a lot of times when I go into places to do investigation, I like to sit down, be quiet, and absorb and hear what's going on. I got my video camera. I got my equipment by me. That's all I need. My video. I love doing my video, my night vision and everything. I got my body cams. I got two, one in front, one in the back. Yeah, I'm like a walking video camera here. So I'm sitting at the thing, and I was in a room. There was a bumper pool table in the middle, and on the side there was a big fireplace. This place has been around for like 150 years. This Masonic Lodge. So we're there. I'm sitting down. And I noticed something. I looked down. I see a man dead on the floor.
Ooh. Oh, no.
So I asked them if anybody died in this area. And they said there was rumors of somebody that did pass of a mass heart attack.
Oh, wow.
But they're not sure if he died in that spot or whatever. But I seen this man laying on the floor. So you can see I drew him here. And that's all the other stuff in the background.
Yeah. He looks like he's got a bald spot on the top of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there on the side, like
yeah.
Like
the horseshoe. Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
And that kind of like, you know, like I said, I just sit there and I like things coming to me during investigation.
We had a really important question from our friend who lives in Italy. Is it the salted cannolis or the sweet ones?
Sweet.
Sweet, always.
Sweet. A little espresso. Hey, cappuccino in the morning.
And then we just happened to have Evelyn over on Facebook tonight, who works at her ex-husband's restaurant, Arrivederci, in Scottsdale, Arizona. All this Italian stuff showing up here.
So we got check-ins from Arizona and Italy all ready to go tonight.
Look at everybody here. Oh, Italy.
Yeah.
Yes, she's Luna lives
my
in
show. All
Italy.
we do is talk about cannolis, gabagool, and I'm, you know, it's like, hey, you know, you're Italian when you know, all you do is talk about food. You're having breakfast and you're finding out, you're asking people, what do we have for dinner? You know?
Yeah.
Maybe cappuccino. Hey, everybody.
Cappuccino and cannoli.
No.
Yeah, Luna says espresso always. Cappuccino and cannoli is a no-no, evidently. So,
who knew?
I mean, we just take what we got here. Yeah,
take what you get, right?
Cappuccino is a breakfast food here. You know, in Italy, you know, like what after 11 o'clock, and like there's no more. You know,
I guess so.
Yeah. See, it's food. Yeah. Talk about food. Oh, yeah. I always love talking about food.
We always end up talking about it.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next one, Anthony?
Okay. Okay, Strauss Mansion in New Jersey. We did an investigation there. And as I was driving up to the location, I parked the car. It's on this big hill. I parked the car, don't emergency brake on, so my truck doesn't roll backwards and stuff. I'm getting out of the car, and it's a building that has on the second floor like a balcony that's wrapped around it, where people come out and they sit and everything. So as I pull up, I look up, and I see this woman looking down on me. I'm trying to, how did I do it before?
On the other side.
Yeah,
there we go.
There you go. Wow, she looks like she's got some, like an old style kind of bonnet on or something.
Yeah. She was just looking down on me. And so I told the woman that was running it, and she goes, yeah, people see a woman up there all the time.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know about it until when I drew it. And she was like, yeah. So I thought that was interesting. And like, why she just is like looking down and seeing, I guess, who's coming into the mansion.
Yeah.
Do all these come across to you as being intelligent, Anthony, or do you think sometimes you're picking up on residual energy as well?
I think I'm picking up on both. A lot of them I feel is intelligent because they acknowledge me. Okay.
Yeah.
And the ones like people, like a lot of times on staircases, I don't think I think they're residual because I feel the staircase, and I always say it's one of the most important things in the house. That, the kitchen, and the bathroom, the three places what everybody uses, especially the staircase. You're going up and down the stairs. I mean, how many multiple people go up and down the stairs in a building? It could be family, it could be anything, but they're going up and down those stairs. That's a main part of the building. Kitchen, because everybody goes in there for the nutrients and the food and stuff like that.
The cannolis, yeah.
Cannolis, yeah. Cannolis. I wish I could. But and the bathroom, of course, too, because that's the most one of the most everybody uses that too.
Everybody's got to go to the bathroom.
And those areas, a lot of times you'll see they don't acknowledge what you're coming in, and they don't acknowledge you. They're just there. So those are the main two places. But not every time. A lot of times they do acknowledge you. So if they're acknowledging, showing like they know you're there. So I feel there's more intelligence there than anywhere else. So Strauss Mansion again. This was a weird one. They have like a steeple that goes up and that looks over. It's a really beautiful area. And you go up the steeple and you go up these little stairs and you go up and there's like a thing that you look out. I call it a steeple. There might be called something different. I don't know.
Cupola or something like that? Is that a cupola? You can go up into.
I've never heard of
cupola.
Yeah.
Are you making stuff up, medium genuinely?
Isn't that what it's called? Usually I can't remember what stuff is called, but I think that's what it is.
You got it. You might have it. Yeah, I think
you might be right. I don't know. Maybe cupola.
That's what we're going to call it.
Okay.
What is it called? A cupola? A what?
Cupola.
A cupola. All right.
The next time I go there, I say, "Hey, I'm going in the cupola.
I'm going in the cupola.
You're going to find me. I'm in the cupola."
Forget about it.
So what did you see up there?
So right before that, like you got this, like the stairs that go up. Right in the area, right downstairs, like right before you go up, there's an area, and they got like all kinds of kid stuff in there, Boy Scout stuff and everything. And they said that the reason they do that is because they see children in there. But I walked in there, and I seen this boy. I'm trying to get the right area. I'm doing everything backwards, so it's
yeah, I know.
Looks like he's got a tuxedo on. Is that a tuxedo?
Yeah.
Hey, look at the
He's got some curly hair.
Yeah.
There we go.
A little better, okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was just standing there, and he had like a little tuxedo a frill type of shirt.
Like ruffled in the front. Yeah.
Yeah, ruffled shirt and ruffles on the thing. And growing up in the the part of the 70s.
Yeah, that looks like a 70s tuxedo for sure.
That looks like a 70s outfit for a kid or for anybody at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a wedding. But he was a kid, and that room was interesting because I was in there with a couple of people, and we're standing in a circle and we're just talking, and he just came in the middle of us.
Oh wow.
And they felt a cold breeze come in, and in the middle of us they felt like it was cold.
Yeah.
At that moment. And I said, there's a boy there. And this is what I saw.
Wow.
And I drew this. Like I said, I don't know if he came in because he acknowledged me or he's just curious of what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I happened to see him. But it was interesting.
That's good validation that you were seeing him, but also people were feeling the temperature change.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great when that happens, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great when that happens.
I got a weird question for you. Have you ever seen anything that wasn't human?
Yes, and I didn't bring any of those pictures.
That's okay.
I seen a couple of things. When I have a bunch of different things now, I have a separate. When I go to the Paracons and I set up the stands, I have one just for that.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, I have one that I seen, and it's the weirdest thing. He has a robe on his head. He has a robe on, black robe.
Yeah.
Face is blacked out, but the eyes are white.
Ooh.
Like headlights.
Like they're glowing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I seen that in a campground.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that was interesting. Because he just had the black hood and he was just standing there and just looking, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy,
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a human. I don't know what that was. I actually seen, because when you're an investigator and you go to all these places, cemeteries in the woods and stuff like that. And I seen another one. I seen, like I said, I didn't think about pulling those out.
That's okay.
It was the black-eyed children they talk about.
Yeah.
Frosty loves stories about the black-eyed children.
This was crazy because we went Long Island. There's a place called Mount Misery Road. As you enter the road, there's there's a underpass where cars drive over and you're driving underneath. The story of somebody hanging themselves there. And then people could see once in a while they could see. Then there's a cemetery there, and it's a wooded area down the road. And there's said there was in the wooded area one time there was a old insane asylum over there, and one of the patients actually burned the place down, killing a lot of people, and she escaped. And that area is known to be haunted. Okay, and sometimes you see the woman. They say that you see the woman, which I haven't. But that's the area. We were driving to go to the cemetery there, Mount Misery Cemetery, and we're driving down the road, and the trees look kind of thirsty, if you know what I mean. So we had to pull over, and I had to water it. So as the tree looked thirsty, and I was feeding the tree, I seen a boy standing over on the side, black eyes. He had overalls on, a red shirt, okay, and he just staring at me. I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. Putting my back to him because a little shy. And he just disappeared. He just vanished.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, was that one of those black eyed children they talk about? You know, and that was in Long Island. That was, I think, Huntington, that area.
Mm.
That
Yeah,
was
creepy.
That's something I've been really interested in because the black-eyed children were a topic I really wanted to talk about. But it seems like kind of some of the sightings of the black-eyed children seem to have. Well, I'm curious if they've kind of dissipated or not. I'm not hearing about them as much as I was like a decade ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. We used to hear about them a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We didn't hear much about them, and that's why I was surprised. This happened maybe about 4 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and you know, I'm not looking for black-eyed children. I'm looking
Yeah.
to investigate and get something evidence on
Uh-huh.
EVPs or some kind of something on film or video, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for that, Especially I was a little vulnerable there.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's funny that you said that because Hoaxsters was talking about when you're talking about the bathroom, he was like talking about ghosts taking a dump. So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess
we brought that story around.
everybody has to do it. I guess even in the
Yeah.
afterlife, you're full of something, huh?
Yeah. For sure.
Not cannolis.
Yes,
we have-
cannolis.
That's a weird place for us to finish up, but we have 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
What's going on with your podcast right now? Do you have any good guests coming up?
Yes. We have what's his name? I'm bad with names, so
Yeah, we're not the best either.
See,
We don't
Frosty's
have
easy.
it written down.
Frosty's very easy for me to remember.
Rusty.
Yeah. 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 Keep it simple, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
right there. It's like you can't get that one wrong.
Remind us when your show comes on. When do you guys do it?
Okay, we're on tomorrow night. Matter of fact, Tuesday night,
Tuesdays.
8 to 10. We're a 2-hour show.
And that's Eastern Standard Time.
It's Eastern Standard Time. You can find us on ERRT Radio, YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and of course the Seekers Chronicles YouTube also.
Cool.
Let me get the guy's name. It's Michael. I just want to say his name right. I'm just like all over the place when it comes to stuff. You're doing the show, you're doing everything at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He's from the Red Eye, the Shadows
Yes.
of the Big Red
Michael Famelant.
Yeah.
Eye.
Camelot.
Yep. We had him on our show. You'll enjoy that conversation. He's a good guest.
Yeah.
I had him on my last podcast, so he's a good guy, and I seen him at the main Paracon recently.
Nice.
Excellent. Yeah, I'd like to
we'll
talk
have
to him
him on.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to see him. He's going to be on tomorrow. We had our year anniversary show.
Oh, nice.
It was like two weeks ago,
Mhm.
and we had the Ray Chasers on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Michael and Chris Smith,
Mhm.
and I mean we've been getting good guests, and I usually get them on what do you call it, at the Paracon. Oh, matter of fact, here's one that you might that had the cabin on 360.
Yeah, Dennis Susslock.
I had Dennis on last week.
Awesome. That was a good conversation.
I saw that.
We had too. Yeah.
Have you been able to go there yet?
No, which is on our list of things to do. Yeah, matter of fact, we're going to get a place there next year.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I've been talking about maybe trying to get a group of friends and people just to go in there because it's a really, I've gotten to investigate it. I took my teenage daughter and we went and investigated it one night, and it is a great place to investigate because there's just so much going on there.
Going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like all these kind of things happen in one spot. So I think you're just bound to get something, it's a great place.
And then
it's 30 minutes away from me. So
as we finish up, where's some places that you're going to be coming up that people might be able to see you in person?
Well, for Halloween, I'm going to be at the Hoover House. That's out in Gettysburg. We're going to be out the Halloween night and the following night on November 1st also.
Awesome.
The Saint, was it? That's All Saints Day, the next day.
Yeah.
But during the day there, you could probably catch us at the in Gettysburg, the orphanage. There's going to be, it's called the Parajam, which is pretty cool because Parajam is going to have paranormal people there. There's going to be speakers and everything. And then they got bands there.
That'll be interesting.
That's going to be pretty cool. You know what I mean? I'm into both, you know what I mean? Music and everything. So
I wonder how the spirits will interact with the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so we'll be there now on the November 1st. That's when the Parajam is. You guys can come down and check it out. I mean, this should be wild. There's supposed to be a bunch of different speakers there. Then after that,
You're gonna be are you coming to Hanover Tavern next year?
I probably will be. I got some stuff I got to take care of my health.
Yes.
But if everything works out the way it was, I'll be there.
Good.
Definitely, I want to be there.
Well,
Because
yes, be there.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Jersey Paracon. I might stop by there. I was supposed to be there, but we have a place in Morristown, New Jersey, Speedwell Mansion. It's Morristown. We actually do the tours for them, so they could collect money to build for all their locations.
Cool.
And we've been doing a lot more stuff there, so that should be fun. You know. And then, you know, it starts weeding down because of holidays starting to come.
Yeah. After spooky season, then it's time to chill out a little bit.
Yeah. You know, in November, they got that. And do I have anything else in November? I don't think so. Things just pop up also. So,
Yeah.
you know,
They do.
And so I can't really say it right now to the end of the year. But Hanover, I'm going to be at the Hanover Tavern. Paracon in it's the 31st
January,
31st and the 1st of February 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2026.
Yes.
I know, right?
Wow. The big thing I'll probably be at next year is Gettysburg Battlefield Bash again, and Maine Paracon, and horror.
Awesome.
So, and in between
with Adam Began. Yeah. I've had him on too. Yeah. All right, Anthony. Well, we got to wrap this up. Make sure you stick around because we're going to tell you goodbye once we're off the air.
Okay.
Frosty, take us out.
Yeah. So I just want to say, make sure you tune in next week as the Witching Hours gets a little bit spookier and we become the Spooky Hours next week. So come and hang out with us for all the Halloween festivities. And for all of you listening at another time and another place, we will see you all next time.